Okay, we're gonna try some music here. Hey, Motobum. Hey, Merry Christmas, Frog. I'm gonna open some mail tomorrow, just so you and Lolly know. Hey, Merry Christmas, Frog. Trying to see how my audio sounds here. So if you hear feedback or echo, just bear with me for 1 second. So just bear with me for 1 second. Okay, that's a little loud. All right, we're just trying to figure. Okay, that's a little loud. All right, we're just trying to figure. Loud. I want a little background music for y'all. I don't want a good audio experience. It's been a testing day, a testing Christmas Eve. Our the momentum our sleigh had. Let's just say the snow melted underneath our sleigh really quickly, slowing us down into a I don't know, really just put a standstill on everything. It was kind of our motivation for this year's Christmas and get some extra money. And not that we still won't be able to, but I can't afford to waste days of time. I don't, not only do we not know how much we have left, but like I need to make money every day. And if I waste a whole day putting this in, and then hauling it back there. And let me know on the audio, please. I'll take a look here. I got to quit rambling and look there more. Motobum, I ended the other live earlier. Merry Christmas to you, Frogzilla. Oh, yeah, we're alive, not alive. Yes, don't ever worry about that part of me. Ooh, Jesus. Big ice sheet just fell off the roof and the whole shop shook. Too bad Schmoke's not in here to hear that. Schmoke, the whole shop shook. So maybe Santa frickin' missed the old runway and biffed her into the side of the shed, eh? That's what it sounded like. Holy cow. Okay, cool. Thank you, Dean. I appreciate that. And if you can hear any music in the background, that's cool. Sadly, I can't hear it. It's too quiet, but maybe if I turn my heater off. We're just gonna kind of talk about this little fiddler on the roof. Yeah, no doubt. Fiddler fell off the roof. That's funny. Oh, you can't hear any music at all? Okay. Well, I'm going to turn it up a little bit till you tell me you can. I have another microphone turned on, set like, I don't know, 1.5 feet away from the little Bose speaker I'm using. I keep trying different setups over the last year to see what works best, and I'm still haven't. You heard it on the live. Okay. Yes. The Schmoke said my audio was real choppy on the other live, so I just cut it. And I will say I have had a little issue with this mic, but it seems to do fine when I use it on the vertical on my phone. And my son was down on me for going live tonight. He's like, why would you go live on Christmas Eve? And I'm like, well, I'm going to go live on Christmas Day. And he's like, why? Nobody would ever do that. And I'm like, well, you'll be at your mom's from noon to 4 tomorrow, hopefully. Last Christmas, that turned into like noon to 1:30. But I hope it turns into, you know, noon to all day, or could even spend the night. But anyway. And the music might get a little louder now because my heater just turned off. So, and this is a different system. I appreciate it. I think I might look into some type of a paid-for streaming system. That way, I think I have a lot of value that I can offer the viewers as far as like cool stuff. But I want to be able to bring it to y'all in a fun fashion that you can stay, and I can, you know, transitions, good background music, me, more of me. Because I know that's what y'all want to see. Y'all just want to see me. He wouldn't have approved of my previous live stream. I don't remember. I listened to you all day, though. It was hilarious and awesome, and I was glad to be a part of it. Thank you for letting me be a part of it this morning. That's how long my day's been. I forgot about that there, Pertneer. You have done incredible live streaming with the tools that you have. Well, that I appreciate, because they are very limited and still not spent anything yet, other than this Hohem gimbal that I think I keep downloading the wrong app to use it. So I do have a nice gimbal that does face tracking, and I've used it before and it works really good. So again, let me know if the audio is crap or the music is too loud. I really appreciate you being here, Moto, and 17 others, which is amazing. Give me a like, and feel free to hit the like button today on this Christmas Eve. I never ever ask, but if you feel like you could help a brother out on Christmas Eve, that would help me out, just throwing a like out there. So I barely hear the music, but it's just fine. It's my TV, so I don't know. Okay, perfect. That's good. All good, Frogzilla says. Thank you. So we'll start. I did do some video last night regarding my predicament because, oh my gosh. So I got this new motor, a new used motor from a very reputable facility, and the tag on it, get her out here so y'all can see. Right here. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. 3.7 AT, all-wheel drive, runs, comps, means compression checks out good. Okay? So you pull up to the scrapyard, pay for it. I shouldn't say auto recycling center is what it is. It's technically an auto recycling center. And Billy Bob's all pissed off, or they just haven't educated Jed on how to do a proper compression test, or maybe, hey, I'm the idiot. Okay. But when I did get the engine, it was on its side on a pallet. And I said, what's that all about, to the forklift driver? And he goes, oh, that's how it was. Or no, he goes, we had to tilt it on its side. It wasn't safe the other way. And I thought, okay. I don't know. This one's been sitting there for the last few days. Seems to be good to go. So, oh, the microphone receiver is touching the gimbal. I gotta just scooch it up. It's gonna get pissed. Still alive. Okay, we're still here. All right. Dark Crypto, what's going on? So this girl I subbed to said she can get 1,000 subs in one. That's awesome. Good for her. I wonder how quality those subs are. I want my subscribers to come back 30% of the time I go live or put a video out, or more would be great. 100% would be awesome. Merry Christmas, Lolly. I'm going to be doing a Christmas Day mail opening. I do have a little bit of mail, so just know that. I'm saving it. I don't have much to look forward to tomorrow, so we're going to do that. ADJRNV, what are you trying to do? Well, we're going to take this engine off of the cradle and get it ready to take back to the junkyard because we already did this engine. So we did engine number 1 that was blown up. I bought the car with that motor in it. Really, really nice, clean, straight car too. Look at that. You just don't see cars this clean in Wisconsin. You just don't. It's beautiful. And it's got the Go Fast exhaust there. ARK. Arc. Or whatever it is. Who cares? So I get there. I get the motor. It's on its side. They said that they just gently tilted it there. Whatever. That's cool. That's fine. Whatever. But it's on its side like this. And it's on a pallet. And it's all good, and they put it in the back of my van, and I strap it down on the pallet, and I get it home. I think I did a live stream taking it out of the van, and then, which we have to do this anyway to put it back together, so I'm going to simulate. Before I do that, though, I got to put the coil packs in it quick, so I want to show y'all what exactly we did to justify my sheer and utter stupidity of not seeing this at the junkyard. And I want to justify it to the world. Justification will make me sleep a little better tonight. I'm going to leave that because that's how that was. I don't know where, there it is, number 3. So 1, cylinder number 1, 135, 246. Come on, Betsy. Well, this one wasn't plugged in either, but we'll just plug it. Okay, so that's how that was. And then we need an intake really quick. Let's get an intake. This was the intake that was on the car. And it faces like this. So we'll put that up here. Maybe I can't. There we go. Nope. Oh, I guess I didn't mute all my. Okay, that's good. That's about as good as we're gonna do for this right now. Check what the notification is here. Mom. A little update on the. I can't understand that, but the plane. Oh, Ani. Okay, I think that's my uncle. No, Stephen, Sophia. Then Connor was on. Cool. They have a full house in Florida. That's nice. While me and my son just chilling up here in the woods in Wisconsin. Maybe one of these days we hit 10 million subscribers. I could spend Christmas in Florida, maybe. Anywho, we are simulating what I was dealt. I want to get this on all the way though, because I'm not gonna do it twice. Oh, look at there. Silly little coil in my way. Probably not even gonna put that side on because I'm pissed. And I know the guy that, there we go. All right. That was like that. And then this harness, I have to undo because I did it. Everything was ready to go. I was literally going to lower the car. In fact, I should actually check my safeties. Okay, it is on the safeties still because I might have raised it to get it off the safeties. That's how literally close I was to lowering the car onto this unit. Obviously, I can't raise it up any higher. And so this main ECU engine harness, which they did a really good job taking this thing apart. There's not one cut wire. Everything is usable on the harness, which I might swap because everything is chewed up on the other harness. Anyway, this was up here like this, folded like this, and then zip tied right here. So just imagine some zip ties right here, okay? Just like completely covering all that exists right here. So, and the engine's laying on its side, and the tag says it's good. So we're at that part right now. X pipe, 90s RN. Good eye, Jacob. Jacob Rude, 1957. Very cool, Jacob. Yes, good eye. Good eye, mate. What did you miss? Oh, we're getting there. Eric Lavette. Eric, good to see you in here. VQ, good eye, mate. So we're at the junkyard. Like I said, not the auto salvage yard. The motor's on its side, on a pallet. They said they just gently laid it there. Everything looks good. It's got the tags on it. We got 20 years dealing with this place, and I don't think I've ever had a bad experience. And so this is pointing up. You can see the 210. There's 225 and the 2. Who cares what the numbers are after it? 200, okay? That's at least what it says. And all the coils were in, all the plugs were in. They weren't over tightened. So we're getting to that. We're getting to that here. Hold on now. So over here, like I said again last night, I'm just kind of visually looking things over, checking things out, and I noticed this coil wire wasn't attached, right? You know, no biggie. They said they did a compression test. I had taken the intake off at this point because I myself had wanted to double check the tightness of the plugs. That's really all I wanted to do. I'm not even I wasn't going to put new plugs in it. So I just wanted to check the tightness and make sure Jed at the yard made sure he tightened them all, or they weren't cracked, or a hole wasn't full of oil or water, blah, blah, blah. So the intake was off. And in order to do that, I had to cut this right here with some, you know, cut. And I move this to the side. And all I see still is just, you know, 0 zeros, whatever. We're not paying attention. We've got 200s across the board on the other side. We can see there's like a 2 right there. And, you know, we'll just lift it up. That's 2 something. The next one says 225. And then I moved this wire and I saw this number. And I immediately, my heart sank because there's no, it's just some, I don't know what that was. That might have been. Anyway, 100 is not acceptable in any world other than like maybe I don't know what weed whackers and 2 strokes could do 80. I don't know. I don't care right now. My brain doesn't care what other engines are. I just know that from my experience, 180 to 240 seems to be like the general, on a 4-stroke. 2-strokes a little lower, but you always want consistency. So if they were all 180, if they're all 180, it could be a gauge issue. However, 100? Are you kidding me? Like, whoever wrote that on there should have their fingers smashed, because their brain should have said, regardless, if they started on the other side and they did all 200s and they did 200s and 100, or maybe they started here and they did 100, and then the rest, by that time they forgot. I don't know, but that's not acceptable. So I removed the coil, remove the plug, put my compression tester in there last night. I got video of this too, because I want to make a cool edited video. Wow. I want to make an edited video. It probably won't be cool. And I put a battery over here and some jumper cables to the starter. And I'm like, oh, maybe he just meant to write a 2. As humans, I don't think I've ever wrote a 2 instead of a 1 or a 1 instead of a 2 mistakenly, especially in this situation when we're only dealing with 3 digits. We're not dealing with a lot of numbers here. I'm trying to justify the stupidity of that person that let this motor get to a shelf, and then someone wasted the time to inventory it, to sell it, to do the transaction. They're going to have to refund it. There's like a whatever parts guarantee. But again, I know the guy he'll make it right, at least as far as a refund. But are they going to refund my 2 hours of drive time, an hour of loading and unloading and strapping it down, the fuel cost, and then the labor? Like, I could have been working on a car instead of driving to go get a motor. Not that I wouldn't recoup some of that when I go to sell it, but at the same time, this just automatically took that profit margin I had and just boop. I will say, though, I bet you I can have this motor on the ground completely stripped of its few accessories, and like, we're dealing with just some 4 torque converter bolts, bell housing bolts, AC, alternator, power steering, tensioner, belt comes off. I didn't bolt all the bolts to the diff, so just 2 bolts are holding the diff in. I was going to do the rest when I put it in the car. 2 motor mounts, and that's it. So it shouldn't be too much to get it out, but my gosh, what a pain in the butt on Christmas Eve. Like, me and my son were really looking forward to at least hearing it run. I'm sure it sounds good with that X pipe, and it's got fart cans with fart cans on it in the back. So to some squid that's into fart can exhaust, let's see here. Got the tip. Let's see if we can get a little light action here. And he did back into a parking thing. Backed into it because the other side, and it's not as bad as it looks on the camera, but it's got this, like, see the fart can on the fart can? This is just a resignator, like a power bomb or whatever you call it I call it stupidity. But you can call it cool. It's $2,300 for this exhaust on the interwebs. That's just a park and brake cable. I don't need to worry about that right now. So yeah, the angle, if you were to draw a line from where the dent stops here to over there, you can tell he backed into a cement parking, the cement chunks they put for people to stop. So I don't know. We were kind of hoping to hear it. And then, yeah, just we're not. Now, really good solid drivetrain. I hope the trans is good. I'm not going to say anything beyond that. We're just going to keep walking. Yeah, so that's why I didn't check it. Like, why would you? I was going to check the plugs and stuff, but why would you? I'm so pissed at myself that I didn't check the compression at the junkyard. But when you see one side, we're all in the 2s, and then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and the tag says good. Oh my God, I was pissed. Well, I got 60 live viewers here and some comments rolling in, so I want to make sure I get to everybody. So that's what I missed. Ford Mula. Matthew Schrader, hope you're having a good night. Michael B, what's up? Frog says, right. Road Reality. John, hope you're doing well. Reminds me of a VW Passat that came into my mechanics shop all week to replace the heater core, button it up, and redo it because the new one was DOA. Oh, man. And then like, who pre-pressure checks a heater core these days? Like, you know? But I bet you that guy does forever now. Every heater core that he's ever done since then, if he didn't completely quit. Because this is really on that, I'm on the edge, man. I'm like on the diving board, you know, when you were a kid, I loved the high dive. I still love diving boards. But I still get that feeling if you stand at the edge and you're like just looking down, that's where I am right now. And the water is not cars, something else. 40 hours in labor, but can only charge 13 or so. Oh, I know. It's insane. It's crazy. Do you think if I bring an invoice with me to this facility and detail out like, okay, guys, this is how much it costed in labor. This is how much it costed in time. They're not going to give me a check for $1,800 for my troubles and inconveniences. No, they're not. They're just not. And I need to shut my light off because that just blinded the heck out of me. So who knows what happened to the motor? Four Wheeling asks, what happened to the motor? Probably the same thing as the other one. The valves on these. So on the intake, we got the intake valve. On the intakes, they advance and retard the cam timing, but they also change the duration. This is really hard to say it. I understand it in my brain. They change the event lift. So the duration of the cam lobes on the intake are literally changed with a big servo mechanism. I think they were like, oh my God, we figured it out. Let's try variable compression now. And that failed horribly. So this has variable valve event lift timing. This is a great bulletproof motor. If you change the oil, but on the higher mileage ones, the chains stretch because of all the tweaking of the chains constantly. Can you skip that song, buddy? Go to Epidemic in the upper left-hand corner and then down to the white. Yep, thank you. And so with that being said, any little hiccup in this event thing, they touch a piston just a little bit, and 90 PSI is really, that's honestly what my gauge read was 90 PSI. So here's Santa, here's your valves back. Maybe Santa will bring me some new valves. Here, hold on just a minute. I can step off the camera and mute it quick too.
No, so you don't have to mute it.
Okay, yeah, my son wants to tell me about this Ford truck.
It's a 1999 F-350. Okay. It has the 7.3 IDI with a 5 or 6 speed manual.
Okay, why would they put an IDI in a new truck?
It's a 1999.
Right, but the IDI is an old motor.
The 7.3 IDI.
No, it just says 7.3 liter diesel.
The 7.3 all IDIs.
No, I think the IDI is the direct. It's the type of, it's the company.
The 7.3 stopped in 01.
I don't know enough about Ford's history and diesels.
It looks like a pretty clean truck, right? What's the mileage on it?
180.
690,000.
Wow. Out of, is a manual?
Yeah.
He wants 10 grand for it?
Yeah.
It's really not that bad of a price.
Trucks above, I think it's 550,000 in between $1 million.
Oh, so you put in the filter for $500,000 and up. That's always a good
Silverado.
choice.
Looks pretty nice, right?
And
this has 503,000.
Cat eye?
No, it's an 03.
I think that's hilarious. People actually put the real mileage in there because, well, and at least in Wisconsin, after 10 years, it's exempt. I don't know if that's a federal law or a state law, but I believe in, well, I know for a fact in Wisconsin, after 10 years, it says where the odometer is, it says exempt. So after 10 years, it just doesn't matter.
Like some trucks will look nice,
But
too.
that's
like,
crazy.
Some trucks look like
how many does that have?
That looks like a nice truck.
Yeah, it
right?
is. It looks
This
nice.
has 408,000.
Wow.
I'm trying.
A lot of these guys look like oil field trucks too, and those guys pour the miles on
When I'm
and have
when they
money
don't
to
go
lift
on-
them.
Yeah, when I'm like 25, I'm gonna try to get the nicest looking truck with the most mileage.
That's cool. I think I've got the nicest looking minivan that's approaching the most mileage.
Yeah, because like this looks like.
Can you change this song again? Oh my God, this song is horrible. Sorry, chat. Holy crap. What is these are all okay here? Let me just get out of this quick because no, I can't pay attention to you if this horrific music is playing in the background. It's all Christmas stuff. We'll just start it over. Okay, show me this truck quickly.
This looks pretty nice.
We should be showing it to the chat. They don't want to stare at that motor. And I'm doing a
clean, right? This has 412,000.
Okay.
Is that a lot?
Yeah, it's a lot for a 5.3 though. Probably not.
It has the Duramax.
Oh, then I don't know. Is it LBZ? The LBZ is the best Duramax they ever made.
Exactly what Jake's brother has. The Allison transmission, the 6.6. Yes, that looks clean, right? Oh,
man, you're gonna have to get mowing and shoveling a lot of yards to afford this stuff.
That's 10 grand.
Start crypto mining or crypto zoo. What is that? We should be showing this to the chat.
Dodge Ram.
That's the truck you should get. Here, show that to the chat quick. Give me your phone. Or put it in front of the camera right here. There's 53 people. How many live viewers? 53. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful Christmas Eve. That would be a good first car for him. That would be a good first car.
I couldn't go over 60.
You couldn't go over 40 safely. Rob drove a truck from Racine to here yesterday. It's like 90 miles. It took him 3 hours, and he never went over 35.
This is not bad.
Yeah, it's got rotted out cab corners. But
500.
How much do they want for it?
$4 grand.
Nice. Clapped out 500,000 miles. Ooh, show that to the chat. Maybe there's someone in the chat that's got one in the back 40, all minty.
Oh, and it has the gas tank in the back.
Yes, for long hauls. I do like
the radio and everything.
I like everything about it except for
what is 732. Rust free.
It is rust. That's not a bad price. 2-wheel drive or 4?
Oh, 4, or technically 6-wheel drive if you think about it.
Well, no, they go by axles, but yeah, 6 wheels churning technically, yes.
Oh,
I mean, or 2.
The 7.3 is, a lot of people's opinion, is the best motor, but the slowest motor.
Okay.
The
7.3. Okay, I don't.
Slow. You got to build it to the max. You got to build them to the max for them to actually be fast.
Cool.
Like Weston's brother Tyler, he has a 99 F350.
We'll get with you here in just a second, chat.
99 F350 with the 7.3.
Uh-huh.
It had an automatic and it was bone stock. I rode in it. He was beating on it. Like, he couldn't get it over 80. Like, it was. Well,
I'll have to talk to his parents if he's taking minors over the speed of 80 miles an hour.
But now it made like 300 horsepower.
I'm just joking about that. Yeah.
650 horse. Put a manual in it.
Dang.
Stage 3
turbo. Garrett. Nice.
All right.
That stuff's expensive. No. Well, what do you want?
Hungry.
I can give you a. Let's see what we've got for special treats. Oh, the Powerball drawing is tonight. I think we forgot to. Oh, I got one this morning, I think. It's so rigged. It's got to be rigged. I really appreciate the comments in the chat, guys. And gals, I'll get to you here in just a second. My son will only be 12 once. Ooh. I like these here. Candy just isn't the same as what it used to be. Is where a nice place to live? Beloit, Wisconsin, Beloit, Illinois, right down the. No, it's a shithole. It's a shithole. I mean, there's nice parts of it, and it's owned by a very wealthy. It's owned by.
If I did racing when I was older.
Oh, at Black Hawk Farms, that's beautiful there.
Like, just saying, like if I lived in
Here you go.
Beloit, that'd be a perfect. You got one more of these.
Oh my God.
That'd be perfect if I lived in Beloit though and I raced.
Yeah, it would.
I could pretty much.
But I lived here and raced in Beloit.
But it'd be just more fun. Some days I could just take a UTV to the track. With
True, on your motorcycle on the back. I love your imagination.
UTV trails, me and Milo got so mad at this one UTV. It's going 25 and a 45.
On the main, you can't drive them on the main highway there though.
No, on that. For that, there's like trees, bike trail, I think, houses, and then that corner.
Yeah.
He was going 25 on that straightaway when it's a 45.
Oh, that road might be able to do the UTVs.
But we only took back ways. We never hopped on one highway.
That's crazy.
We're not paying any tolls.
How can you not open a bag of Reese's?
It's rubbery.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought it was like the M&M one.
Yeah, little paper. They've gone away from biodegradable paper to
Even worse.
long-lasting oil-based.
Probably eating. If I take a bite out of the plastic, I'm probably eating diesel.
In some form, yeah, or dinosaur. I'll be in a little bit. All right, chat. We're back here. Thank you, everybody. 55 live viewers right now. That's awesome. I'm eating a Hershey's. Sorry about that. I have to disguise what candy I have and what candy Santa has. I ran into one of his buddies at the store today and I said, put it in a paper bag so he doesn't know, because then that way I can tell him Santa gave it. He goes, really? He's still? And I'm like, oh yeah, dude. I just went with it so his buddy thinks he still believes, which I still do. We all have to believe, right? Christmas is powered by belief. All right, what do we got here? I'm about 90,000 comments behind. So four-wheeling, the valve touched a piston for sure on cylinder number 1. I did not confirm anymore. Like, I'm done. It doesn't matter what the other 5 are. It just doesn't. So, and who knows if they're accurate. I would assume they're accurate, but good morning, living the dream. Colin, how you doing? One easy money. What? No way. Yep. I'm going to buy my brother's 1939 Plymouth Business Coupe. Ooh, nice. And buy a crate engine. Good idea. Jacob, yes, a Nissan VQ37 V6. That's in the, I don't know. This is a G37, but I believe they went in the Q50s and stuff. I lost touch. I was a technician for Nissan until 2013. So this is like the last of the years. And I would say probably by the time that this one came out, I was checked out or checking out of the dealership, so to speak. Not so much. I'm going to move my, here we go. Let's see if it does that. So yeah, that's a VQ. It's an oh yeah, big interference. Yep. IDI is mechanical diesel. Yeah, exactly. Last year's 94. That's what I thought. Like, I'm not a diesel guy at all. But I've been in the automotive world for 25 years. Again, not really. I owned a 6.5 turbo diesel in my 96 GM 3500 dually. Oh, man, that truck would be worth so much right now. It was mint Colorado, 4-wheel drive, 4-door, 8-foot bed, with a matching topper and ground. Oh, it was beautiful. Gutless fuel, 14 miles. Anyway, I don't need it. And I did then, and I don't now. So my neighbor has a few IDIs. My GMC 04 is at nice MJ. Oh boy. MJ. Allen's Wrath. We'll go with that here. That's awesome, man. 6.6 with an Allison 5.6 speed. Very cool. In the 04, is that the LBZ? That's all I know is I've heard the LBZ. All I asked for was an oil change, John says. I know, and look at what Santa gives you. A pile of rods, a couple valves, and a shafting on Christmas. Because this was the one we took out. And it's all dirty here because the CV boot, the CV axle is right there, and it was bad for a while. And it flung grease everywhere. And then we put this one in, a good used motor that's not good. So now we're going to take this one back out. I did not get it into the car. It did not make its way into the car. We were looking, just kind of finalizing. And we found that cylinder to have 100 PSI. They even sold it with it on the valve cover. It was written. Indirect injection. Duramax lasts for... Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Duramax, especially the older ones. But again, I don't do diesels. I don't know them. The last diesel I drove was my neighbor Rob's V6 Sprinter with almost 500,000 miles. And I drove it like I pretended the accelerator pedal was a landmine, and that at any minute it could explode. So I just drove it so gentle, and it was fine. But I was so nice to it because I'm like, V6 diesel, that doesn't make sense in my brain unless it's a Detroit 2-stroke. And he's got another one over there with a blown motor. Although I think he's had pretty good luck with them, to be honest. Frog says, nice. 7.3 Power Stroke lasts quite a while, 1 million miles. Yeah, very good. Juan Guzman. This is a VQ37. 3700cc Nissan V6. Now that's a nice motor. Yes, it would be a lot nicer if it was good. It only has 100 PSI of compression on the first cylinder, and I just bought it with from a reputable recycling center. Hey, that's awesome. 16 likes. Thank you, Frog. Please show your support. Hit that like button. Thank you. Look up at all that unnecessary mess on that motor. Glad we can still build classic cars. I hear you, Johnny. Johnny Holt, 5550. Speaking facts. Speaking pure facts. So I'm not the only one that will go to extreme to embarrass my children. No, I'm right there with... I mean, you want to talk to me like that and put me through some of the stuff he's done? Shit. I get a chance like that. I mean, it's hilarious. And at the end of the day, nobody cares, and it doesn't matter. Like, it just, yeah. I don't know. I always thought my dad was pretty cool. Nobody else was like, oh man, your dad, like, or if like my son's always so worried. Oh, and then there were some like 3 girls walking past. I dropped him and his buddy off, and there were 3 girls from their class walking up the street. And I start to roll my window down, and my son's like, Dad, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, the one in the middle, that's the one you like, right? I said, I was just gonna holler out and say, hey, and, tell her that you're in the car with me. And he's like, no, don't. I do shit like that all the time, just random fun things. I never would do it, but, well, maybe I would if he... Anyway, I love doing that stuff. It is a lot of work, William Berry. But not too... It looks so much worse than what it really is. There's a procedure to it all, and again, now that I talk with you guys and I talk with the chat, it's not going to be as bad the second time because I've done a lot of these, and I was a technician for Infiniti and Nissan. So like the Flavor, the 12s, 14, 17, they were very standard during this time. And so I don't know. It's gonna suck. I don't want to do it again. My God, I wanted to hear this thing rumbling today on Christmas, right, Santa? Right, Santa? Brother, for Christmas, you need a Sison motor? Sison? I'll have to look that up. I can believe how strong the Allison aluminum cases are. Hi again, Caleb. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing good. Are you fixing it on the live stream? No, I can't fix it, sadly. I mean, I could if I had unlimited time and money, but I don't. So I do want to take this one apart, actually. I mean, that would be kind of fun. I'll probably create another live stream for that, though, because like Eric from I Do Cars, he has a really good channel. And he disassembles the motor all the way down to the crank, trying to find what exactly failed on it. And I think that would be fun. And I mean, I've got the engine hoist right there. I just need to get a... Here, look at the back side of this thing. Now, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. I need, what's his name? Oh, what's his name? Would you just look at that? Just take a look at that. Oh, heavens. Just look at that, would you? What a bunch of useless, over-engineered crap. They were really good when they had just their intake and exhaust valve cam timing. Play with the cam timing. I get it. That's cool. Phase around, you know, do things in advance and retard and play with timing, man. You can make power. You can save emissions. You can do a lot with playing with the valve cam timing. But when you're constantly playing with it, and then they must have had an overabundance of wiper motors and seat track screws. And one of the engineers was like, hey, you know, that shipping container full of wiper motors and leftover seat track screws? I got an idea. How about we bolt it to the back of the motor? We'll shove a rod through the camshaft with some fulcrums and followers, and then we'll apply and we're going to do it too live. I'm going to do it. We'll get the valve covers off and we'll put power to the screws and we'll see how much it actually does lift. It's actually only just millimeters or micro nannies. Who knows? It's obviously enough to touch valves to pistons in the case of the chain getting just a little stretched or something. I don't know what exactly happens, but we'll find out, because this is I did one a couple years ago. I did this one. I know we're not doing that one, but that's another failed motor. This one's failed. It's failed. So with low compression, and I guarantee you that's not the piston ring. The valves touch the pistons, and that's what happens. So, but what I wanted to point out was, well, this is the cylinder head. So your piston is going up and down. This is top dead center right here where this is top dead center. All of this is cylinder head. All of this. So from here to here is cylinder head. And so, yeah, basically the bottom end, it's insanity. Complete insanity. But it's a good motor. It makes 340 horsepower and 280 foot-pounds of torque, which is, you guys couldn't even see me. God dang it. What a loser doing this here. I am such an amateur. So I was showing you guys. Freaking idiot. This is the wiper motor. This is where the seat screw would be. This is top dead center right here. So this is as high as the piston goes up. And then this is all cylinder head. From right here is the tippy top of the wiper. Not a wiper, well, it's just a little 12-volt motor to a screw. And I think there's some brass inserts in here. I think they put some brass or some type of a metal that wears fast on this cam system, and that's what's failing. That's my take on it. And it's just enough to where the valves touch pistons. So, but yeah, this is all top end. That's a lot of top end. And then the other one they mount here. So they mount this assembly here and this assembly here. They are different side to side. So there's that. I'd love to fix it, but we can't, man. And I don't think the guy that I need to deal with will be at work until Monday. But this one we can rip apart. This one's mine. But my luck is I'm going to rip it apart. And then they're going to be like, yeah, you know, when you bring that bad motor back, we've got another one for you. But yeah, we're going to need like a core this time. And I won't have a core. And that'll just be my luck. So, Jesus, I am such an amateur. I was even zoomed in. Sorry, I probably scared a bunch of people away. But so tonight I was going to actually take this off the cradle. But it's Christmas Eve. And I don't know. I don't have anything to do tomorrow. So I think maybe that'll give me a chance, something to do. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't have anything to do. I got to take my son to, sorry about that, if that just wigged out on you. Whenever I touch the screen, it gets all weird. I got to take my son to his mother's Christmas, which is only like 20 minutes away. So that's an hour. And then like later in the afternoon, we're going to go to my sister's, which is in the same town. So just another trip back. So I'll be free most of the morning and most of the afternoon to get this motor out and moved around. I'm going to try setting up something here. That way I don't really feel like working too hard at the moment, and my son is chilling in the house alone on Christmas Eve, and I'm sure he's talking to a buddy or playing a game or something, but I want to at least walk up there and say, hey, bud, you want to watch I've got the Elf on VHS. We could put that on. What's another good Christmas one? We really like the one with Tim Allen with the sleigh. That was always a good one. I like the Christmas Story. The Dirt Bike Kid is actually a good Christmas movie. I don't think it's themed Christmas, but it's a good movie that way. Yeah. And then I think he set up some stockings. It was going to be a surprise when I come up. So, and then Santa's got, you know, his sleigh coming in at some point. So we got to coordinate the landing of that and give Santa our coordinates. I'm going to try something quick. My camera has been weird with this one light. So I'm going to just mess around with this for a second and see what it looks like. And then I'm going to do a little video. I don't know. I think I've got everything I need recorded, but I need to what's the word? Put it in the computer and edit it. Edit it. Get it edited. Tim Allen, the Santa Claus, funny story. He said in an interview that originally his character was going to blast Santa with a shit gun off the roof. Jeez. I thought shit gun. Look at me. What a moron. Ha. That's funny. Did you get him a BB gun? No. I did a long time ago, and he still hasn't shot his eye out. So, Home Alone, that's what it was. That's the one we were going to. That's what I had suggested. Can't speak tonight very clearly, and I don't drink, so I guess I could. I've got a beer. I've got a beer sitting here. Where is it? Could just shotgun it right in front of y'all. There it is. That was my beer of choice. And then one day I would only drink like one or two here and there, but I'd never finish them. And I'm like, well, I'm going to drink something and not enjoy it to where I don't even finish. It's not that I didn't enjoy it maybe, but I don't know. Die Hard. Oh, yes. That's a good one. That's a good one. Now my monitor here, I'm going to see if I can scooch that over without. I love Die Hard. That was, oh man. I was at a formidable age when that movie came out. That was a good movie. And then what was Lethal Weapon with Mel Gibson? The first one, I think. I don't know, whatever one where the scene is where he like pulls the pillar for that house down and the whole house falls off the side of the cliff with his dually truck. Like, oh my gosh, I got to get a dually truck when I grow up. Kind of like my son was just coming out here and saying, except he's inspired by Facebook Marketplace and false hopes and dreams. All right, let's see if this works. So I can look at the camera and maybe read the chat if there's any chat. Okay, there I am. I'm not used to, usually when I'm working, it'd be nice to have someone follow me around with a camera. Maybe I should put like a head cam on, or could have like a little chest cam. I'm sure there's a lot of options that way, but that's not what I want to do. My channel isn't necessarily, I don't think it'll be about live streaming what I do. It's mostly going to be about my fruitcake neighbor because it's just endless amounts of content with him. So yeah, we're going to go there tomorrow. We were going to go to his house and make some cookies tomorrow. He said to come up that they were going to make 17 dozen. 17 dozen cookies. Which I used to think was I used to think Rob was an exaggerator. Never a liar. You know how fishing stories, it just seems to get a little bigger I wouldn't say that's the case either, because I've had these stories reaffirmed by others, and they've all been true and to not be found exaggerated. Maybe told in a more epic form, because Rob is a great storyteller. If you want someone who's animated with sound effects, full body effects, like if that person did a flip, you better make sure there's 20 feet of space, because he's going to try to do one. Yeah, so that's funny. I love my neighbor that way. He's a great guy. And so his son and his daughter are coming down. Apparently my son has already talked to his son, because Rob's son has a 450 over there that he said I can do a video on and ride it. See, the lighting just did it. That's why I wanted to do this, is because of the lighting. Yep, I'm going to shut this off. Let's see how much of a change that is. Anyway, yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. Probably do that. That's about it. Oh, so Austin has a YZF 450 dirt bike that my son wants to ride, and it needs a head and valves. So we have the head and valves, and we're going to do that so my son can ride a 450 and realize how unrideable they really are. They're not a very rideable bike. Unless you just want to go wide open fast across, you know, or if you're a good rider, like there's only a few people that can ride the 450s. So with that being said, I think I'm going to call it a night. Wish y'all a Merry Christmas. Santa says, oh, his arms do move. I don't think it makes sounds. No, there's no batteries. I don't want to. We'll leave Santa alone. We don't need to check him out too much, but his arms are ready to deliver some presents to all the good boys and girls out there. And too bad he doesn't have a set of valves or a new VQ37. Can you drop one of those right here tonight? Just not through my roof. So thanks everybody for joining in. I appreciate it. And Merry Christmas. It's been a fun journey so far. And like I said, I'll be live tomorrow with Moto, Sick. Anybody that sends me an invite, I'll most likely show up. I've got a few things in the mail that were sent to me, and I want to open those on a live stream at some point too. So we will see you all soon. Until then, Merry Christmas and have a great night.